The process of drag is too much. I have performed a lot in drag. I have performed for the Ball State shows. I think this was my fourth or fifth show. I've performed at the Mark several times. I've performed in Indy a lot. I've gone to other colleges and performed. So it's not just something I do once or twice a year. It's something that I actually make money off of too. I went to the drag show my freshman year, the first semester, and I really, really liked it. And that was also the time RuPaul was really popular. The show started getting bigger. So it was just something I was just like, I'll give it a try. And I gave it a try, and I enjoyed it, and I wasn't too bad at it. As I've continued to do it, I've gotten more involved with Spectrum, so it's become like a really big thing for me now. My drag persona, Robin Samore, I would say she's kind of a little bit everything that I wish I was. She definitely is professional. She comes to perform and does her job and goes home. She is, I would say, an elegant queen. She likes gowns and everything else, but she's also a bitch. She's one of those people that's really, really quiet in the dressing room, but the moment something happens, like, don't piss her off. It used to take me 3 hours just to do my makeup, but I've gotten a lot better to where I can get it in about 45 minutes to an hour. So there's the makeup process, which is like gluing everything down and putting on pounds and pounds of makeup. Then there's the body, which is involves a lot of tape and pantyhose and foam. I got like hip pads. I use pillow for my boobs. There's makeup that goes on my chest. Then it's, any costumes putting on. Some of them are like just straight up just slide them on and that's it. Depending on my hair, it's just I can just put the hair on top. And depending on what I'm doing, if I'm dancing around, I want to pin it in. If I made a hair that like needs to be really, really big, I'll put a bump on my head, which means I'll tape it. So it depends, but in general, it's a long process. My costumes, I have bought from other queens that have used them. I have had some people just make them for me that know how to sew. I've had like people online where I've gotten a hold of to make me something. I know how to make my own hair. Not as much of the hair as I want to make because there's so many different things with hair I can do, but I do know how to make some of my hair. So I'm not always having to buy that. But in general, it's a lot of online, it's a lot of who you know, and it's a lot of developing your own creativity when it comes to getting everything for drag. I think what makes a drag queen great, it varies on each drag queen because you can't say my drag is better than your drag. Each drag queen does things differently. There's so many different ways to do drag. So I don't think there's really a specific way to say what makes a drag queen great because I can be a drag queen and be great at comedy, doing comedy performances, but not very great at dancing. And you can find someone who's a great dancing drag queen who can't do comedy to save their life. I think in order to be a great drag queen, you need to really develop your character and who your character is. You have to develop your persona. Because that's what it is, it's persona. You can't just be like, oh, well, I dance as a boy, so I'm going to go dance as a drag queen. You need to develop what it is that your persona is. Like, what is it they do? What is it that makes them different? What is it that stands out? So I think that any great drag queen is one that knows their persona.